Hi, today I want to talk to you about one of my projects where I simulate a conversation between Kanye West and Ron Swanson. Now, in order to do this, I obtained data from two separate APIs. One of them is going to provide me with a JSON object, and the other one will provide me with a JSON array. I will then take the data, which will actually be a quote from Kanye West or Ron Swanson, and loop through 5 times for each API and represent a conversation by providing a quote from each one. So, to get started, I'll set the console window size, and we'll take a look at why I did that here in a little bit. But basically, just make it look a little nice. So, after doing that, I will create an instance of the HTTP client class. Now, I use this class in order to use a get string asynchronous method. This will allow me to send a get request to the API so that I can obtain the JSON object and JSON array that I'm going to be working with. Now, inside of this for loop here, which I'm just going to loop through 5 times, create a short conversation between the two. And the first thing I'm going to do in each iteration of the loop is create a sort of header here. So I'll do a console.writeLine, and I'm going to do a dash, but I'm going to want it to go all the way across the screen. So I'm going to pad it to the right, make it as long as the console window width, and I'm just going to pad it with some more dashes, and I'll follow that up by stating response plus the index plus 1. That way we're going and we'll have it say response 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So after our header, we'll go ahead and put Kanye first. His quotes are provided to us in a JSON object. So what we'll do here is we will parse that object after calling the client's getStringAsynchronous method. So we're going to send in the URL for Kanye's API there. We're going to grab the result, and then we're going to get the value that has the name quote. Alright, so that JSON object, whichever value in there has the name quote, we'll grab that, convert it to a string, and we're going to add that in after his name there. Now after Kanye, Ron's going to respond to him. So we'll go ahead and grab his response next. It's going to work pretty similar here, but again, we're getting a JSON array instead of an object. So we're going to receive that a little bit differently. We're not going to be grabbing it by a name value here, right? We're going to go ahead and get that result, and it's going to come to us within brackets, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to go ahead and replace those with some white space here, and then I'll just trim that off once I'm done. So that's how we've got everything set up here. We'll add in a console.readLine at the end so that we can take our time going through each step of the for loop, and then at the end we'll just have another console.readLine so it doesn't close on us too quick. So we'll go ahead and take a look at it in action then. Alright, and here is the window width we talked about earlier, setting that window size. Wanted to be a little bit longer. Some of these quotes are pretty long, and I just wanted to kind of go this route to handle that. So we have our first response, and let's see here. We'll go ahead and push any key to get the next response. Alright, and it'll make another line for us, tell us we're on response 2. And each time it's pulling a new random quote from the API. And everything's looking pretty good here. So that's pretty much it for my project. I just wanted to show you how I was able to work with these two separate APIs and bring them together to simulate a conversation between Kanye West and Ron Swanson. So thank you for taking the time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd love to hear any feedback you have.